What is going on, everybody? This is Yes, I Read That, and today I am reviewing Sword of Destiny by Andrzej Sapkowski. Sword of Destiny is the second book in the Witcher series. It is another collection of short stories, and if you haven't seen my review of The Last Wish, then I would recommend you to check that out because that's the first book in the series and it's a better starting point. All I can say after this book is that I like these Witcher books more and more and that I am really sold on this short story concept that has been going on, but I also really look forward to the continuous stories in the next books. So I'll start by talking a bit about the story of the book and giving a small recap, and then talk about my likes and dislikes and give you my score for the book. Like in The Last Wish, all of these stories in the book are in chronological order, but this time the stories are pretty different. As we know from the last book, Geralt of Rivia is a witcher and he is super strong, he is super fast. We know about his skills and we know he can be very menacing and very impressive at times. So this book takes a turn and is a completely different direction, because in this book there is almost no monster hunting and slaying, and instead it focuses more on Geralt himself and his friends and his relationship to his friends and his destiny, and on him being lovesick. So the first character that we already know a bit from The Last Wish is Dandelion, the poet and singer who travels the lands like Geralt does, and he writes poems and sings songs about any events that happen. The next person is Yennefer. We already know her from The Last Wish as well, but we get to know about a lot more in this book, and that's because Geralt is really in love with Yennefer. Yennefer is a sorceress and Geralt is really in love with her, as I said. He is thinking about her pretty much all the book, and this leads to some pretty interesting and sad moments, but I really enjoyed it. It's very much more personal and you get to know the character of Geralt a lot more. And the last character that we get to know more about is Ciri. Now, Ciri actually appears the first time in this book, and Ciri is just a young girl. She's a princess and she was promised to Geralt with one of these promises that, you know, forge the destiny, like you will give me what you find but did not expect when you return. After he saved someone, that's what he said in the first book, I think, and then in this book it's clear that he was promised a daughter, and this daughter is Ciri. Now, Ciri meets Geralt in Brokilon, which is a huge forest, and that place is really awesome and it's really cute seeing them going through the forest, and I really enjoyed the character of Ciri. She's really cute and I really liked her. So apart from the characters, there was also a lot more world building in this book. We get to know Brokilon, as I said, this huge forest where Dryads live. And we get to know about a battle that happened some time ago where 14 sorcerers died and a lot more people died than these sorcerers, but they basically sacrificed themselves to protect the country. We also get to know a lot more about the process of becoming a witcher and also about what the people in this world think about destiny, which is a pretty central theme in the end of the book. The stories themselves are very diverse. Again, I'm not going to talk about any of these in detail, but they're anything from Geralt being a translator for a king and translating between a mermaid and the king, to Geralt rescuing someone and getting so beaten up in the process that he is in a delirium all the time. So the stories themselves are pretty cool, but they're not as exciting and not as action-packed as The Last Wish was. So now I'll talk about what I liked and what I didn't like about the book. I really enjoyed that this book had a very different take on The Witcher. It was a lot more personal, it had a lot more emotions behind it, and I really enjoyed that part. I still enjoy the world a lot, and we got to see some more of the world and all of these creatures and places, and obviously this world is super diverse, so I appreciated it. It's a fun world and I really enjoyed that. We got to see some more of it. Then the writing didn't really change from the last book. It's still very good, although there weren't that many action scenes, and I felt in the last book that these scenes were really well written, but well, it's still very good. And lastly, the ending of the book, I think it was a really good ending. It was very emotional, but personally I liked it a lot. And I'm not gonna tell you what's happening there, but I really enjoyed the ending. My dislikes for the book are mainly that the stories in this book aren't as exciting as The Last Wish was. And I really enjoyed The Last Wish a lot, and this book was just good, I guess, and the stories were nice, but I don't know. I feel like either more exciting stories or a continuous storyline would have helped a lot more. And I also really look forward to the other books where there's a continuous storyline. So my overall score for Sword of Destiny is a 7 out of 10. I still think it's a very solid book, but as I said, it's not as exciting as The Last Wish, and it still has this short story concept that isn't really as bad as it sounds, but still I would have felt that a continuous story is better. So I'm really looking forward to the next books. I'm definitely gonna read them because I really enjoy the Witcher character, and I really hope we can get some more Geralt alone time, because that's also been kind of lacking in this book. But yeah, let me know what you thought of the book in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this review, make sure to leave a like and maybe sub to this channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Till then, bye!